Hi there, Pastor Brian here with your Thriving Through Hope devotional for July 7th, 2020. In the book of Matthew, chapter 14, we read how when Jesus heard about his cousin's brutal death, that is John the Baptist, at the hands of King Herod, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Jesus wanted to get away. He needed to get away. He needed to mourn his cousin's death. He needed peace and quiet, if just for a moment. But the crowds found out, and they followed him on foot from their towns. So when he stepped ashore and he saw a large crowd, he was moved with compassion towards them, and he healed their sick. Verse 14 is one of my favorite verses describing who Jesus was. It says, he was moved with compassion towards them. You know, the word compassion in the Greek is a verb. It's an action word, meaning to be moved in your inner parts, to feel compassion and to act upon it. Today, we often interchange the word compassion with empathy. But compassion is different than empathy. Empathy means I understand. I'm aware and sensitive to your feelings, to your thoughts, and to your experiences. Empathy refers to the ability to relate to another person's pain as if one has experienced that pain themselves. It's kind of like the phrase, hey, I've walked in your shoes. I understand what you're going through. I've been there before. Jesus had empathy towards us. The writer of Hebrews wrote, "For we do not have a high priest who's unable to empathize with our weakness, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are. Yet he did not sin." That's Hebrews 4:15. Jesus had empathy for our weakness. He understood our pain. He's walked in our shoes. But compassion is different than empathy. Compassion is a much broader word. It not only feels and relates to another person's feelings, thoughts, or experiences. Compassion moves people to action in order to somehow relieve the person's pain. It's not enough, or it's more than just saying, hey, I have walked in your shoes. It's like saying, I walked in your shoes and I realize that you need new shoes. Let me get you some new shoes. Let me solve the problem. Let me help fix this. Let me help you relieve your pain. Simply put, the difference between empathy and compassion is that empathy relates primarily to your feelings, whereas compassion blends feelings and actions together. Jesus not only understands and knows our pain, he is moved with compassion to relieve our pain. Jesus has shown us so much compassion, and he desires for us to show compassion to others that we encounter. Jesus tells his followers in Luke 6:36, you must be compassionate just as your Father is compassionate. Speaking of your heavenly Father, that is. And 1 Peter says in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. As we live our daily lives, may the Lord help us be empathetic towards others, but don't stop there. Let's be moved with compassion to action. So here's the question for us all. What can we do today to be moved with compassion and somehow relieve someone's pain? Let's be instruments of Christ's compassion today. Now go make it a great day.